Welcome to another episode of Football Pass. Joining me, Jennie Drummond, is Gordon Strachan. Gordon, thanks for sparing some time this afternoon. Now, obviously, today a few things have come to light for Celtic. Let's obviously kick off with that, in the fact that another player has tested positive, and Neil Lennon did go into press conference. He obviously wasn't too happy with maybe some reactions from the media, lots of different people there. It's probably a difficult day in the Celtic camp today, Gordon.
Yes, and just when we thought we were having as a Celtic people, having a nice, easy afternoon, the boys are back, training, getting ready to play on Wednesday at Livingston, which has never been an easy ground in the last couple of years for Celtic to play, because they actually played on Saturday and they drew without any strikers, a lot of 12, 13 players missing, and it was a disaster. But disasters have happened before when the big boys have been out playing. As I said to you, just we thought it was going to be a nice, easy afternoon. And Neil, who's been locked up for 10 days, isolating, has got himself in a chair, and I'm sure he was ready and calculated, and then he gave everybody in the football world something to talk about again. Talk shows, everything, we'll be talking about that. Now, whether you admire it or whether you think it's a bit clumsy or maybe not needed, it's happened, you've seen it. What we've seen is there's an anger there, which you need as a manager. There's passion there, which you definitely need as a manager. And it's also maybe given them an indication to the players that, are you up for the fight? Because I'm going to take people on, you better be with me, whether he's right or wrong. That's not the point. And we've all been there as a football manager. We think this could be wrong for me, could be wrong for a couple of players, people, but is it right for me to say to the players, are you with me? So that might have been a part of Neil's defence, or he might have been that he does believe there's quite a few hypocrites out there in different levels, which I can see the point. And it's not just in football, it happens in other parts of life these days.
Absolutely, and I mean it's Blue Monday after all. It certainly has been a little bit for Neil Lennon and for Celtic. But if we take a look at actually the football side of things rather than the political side of things, and I guess Celtic maybe failed to capitalise in gaining some points in their last couple of matches. Is there still a title race on at the moment?
Not at the moment, no. There's not a title race. There's a battle to start playing football again and winning points. Only when you get, I would say, if Celtic get about 7 or 8 points from them, and that's going to be a hard get, then you can say there's going to be a title race. At the moment, it's not a title race, and it's up to the Celtic people to drag themselves back. There was an opportunity in the last couple of games, but they've had draws. It was a small, they could have maybe got a couple of points closer, that's for sure. But because of the circumstances, they've played games of football without major players. And you need your major players, especially up front when you've got four of your strikers missing. Your two top ones, Edouard and Griffiths, and I believe when they play, the Celtic, I don't need to, I just the stats and using my eyes, and anybody knows that when they play, they're a far better team. But they're still, if they weren't playing, you still have Ayeti and Kamala. That makes a difference, because looking at Celtic, I don't know if you play golf, Jennie.
Yeah, I do.
Watching. Good. It's like, and I play golf, and I can play great shots on drive onto the green, and when I'm on the green, it's like the 18-yard box in football. If I can't putt, useless. And I don't get the putts I want. It's 3 putts or something. A real bad day, it's 4 putts. and then I go away fizzing to the next tee, and it affects me. And that's what I think. That's what's happened with Celtic. They're getting up to nice areas, but they're looking about, and there's no strikers or no people who want to get in the box. They're all football players, and because of that, it's affected their ability to score goals. And you'll say to me, well, just put the ball in the box. If there's nobody in there, or if you know they're not good enough, then you'll end up trying something else. And I think that's what's happened with the midfield players in particular. They're trying to manipulate the ball through themselves, and it's not been effective. That's for sure. So that's my analogy in the way they're playing at the moment. Yeah.
And in terms of this part of the season, if you're Neil Lennon, what's the message to the players? Because I just asked you, is there still a title race? And you said to me at the moment, no. So how do the players approach this mentally? Are they aiming to pick up some points, try and get win after win, and hope that maybe Rangers get nervous, get tight, start overthinking? Is that the message that comes from Neil Lennon? Just keep fighting.
You're correct in that point you made at the end there, Jenny, where you get close to them. And I've had it myself where you're quite far away and the team gets close. You know, the team that's nearest you gets closer and you think, wow, am I going to be the manager that's got to throw away this giant lead? And it maybe affect the way you go about things. Am I going to be the player? I'm going to be the captain who throws away this giant lead. That's near impossible to happen, but I think that's the priority is to try and make Rangers think like that. Now, whether they deal with it or not, maybe you get close and you get pushed on. I don't know. But that's the only hope you've got now as Neil Lennon. But as for the players, I would say to them, are you going to stand for this? Are you going to stand? People are laughing at you, making fun about you, you know, and question your attitude, question your loyalty. Are you going to stand for that? Or are these people right? Are the people who are questioning you right? It could be the same about the players. There's all these players went missing. And we've asked the other ones, take McGregor out of here, because McGregor's been magnificent for 4 years. And at times it looks like, you know, the pair guy, somebody give me a break, somebody take over. And I've seen that in other players. So the other ones who have been asked to come in, or the younger ones who have come in, it's not just now, through the season, have you done enough to say to the people who have managed to achieve this magnificent record, especially over the last 4 or 5 years, the players that have been there for 4 or 5 years, can you come in and pick up the baton to lead? That might be questioned. And I'm talking about players who have been there for a long time, but have not been asked to be the leaders. Now they're asking to be the leaders. Come on, you lead from the front. We're needing a help now. Have they done enough for Celtic Football Club and their teammates and the players who, this year, have maybe fell a wee bit below what they think they should play? Maybe getting a wee bit older, needing a bit of help. Have you come in and helped and taken over and shown, or are you just a player that can only play when the team's playing well and you're only asked to play 15 games a season? Come on as sub. Have you done enough?
Yeah, it's really about, I guess, now what they're made of and who can show what to the Celtic fans who are asking so many questions, to the critics, to the players themselves, to the management team, to the staff. So, but in terms of Rangers, let's look at the flip side in terms of them, about whether or not they can hold their nerve. Can they remain unbeaten despite maybe not playing some games particularly well? They're still not losing. Does that really show a mark of champion?
I think it's over the last few years, last 5, 6 years, and I took the Scotland job, I've realised that your best form of attack, the best position to be in when you're attacking, is to defend properly as a team. And that works with Liverpool, Man City, it works with Tottenham just now. From a fantastic defending a coordinated defensive setup, you can attack well. And I think that's what Rangers done really well. I think they've had a lot of work on their defensive side. And people think defensive side's a back four heading the ball away and blocking things. It's not that really. That comes when individuals at times are asked to do their job, and they've been good at that. But as a group, I think their platform for good attacking football is where they defend from. So I don't think they've been unlucky in any way. I think their run of form's been excellent. You probably say that maybe the flair players over the last couple of months have not been as prolific and shining as they have been, but their shape has been fantastic. So all credit goes to them for all this thing about Celtic. You must give credit to Rangers, who have done extremely well, and to take the body blows that they had last year. And I spoke to Gary McAllister last year after this happened, and I did say to him, listen, and he knows it well, that the footballing gods make you suffer before you win something. And they suffered last year. They suffered as bad as what the Celtic group are going through now, with people saying this, that about them. And the fact that they've done it without any fans is fantastic. So they've done it all themselves. That's a fantastic achievement.
It absolutely is. Well, I now want to, now that I've got your thoughts on north of the border, I want to head down south and get your thoughts south of the border, because meanwhile Celtic are trying to clamber back points. A team who's actually managed to do that in the Premier League is Manchester United. Look at them at the beginning of November, 15th in the league, and then they're now top of the league. And they drew 0-0 at Anfield with Liverpool. And I want to get your take on that match, because some critics were saying it was a bit boring, it wasn't enthralling, but then on the flip side, others really, really enjoyed it, despite Liverpool coming under some pressure for not being able to score, being under pressure in attack. What was your take on the game?
Well, I'm at the second group, maybe because I look into it more, and the thing I was telling you about the defensive side there, I thought watching it, because of the defensive side there, and because of the commitment of all the players working to the plan, Man United's defensive setup's a wee bit different from Liverpool's setup, but they just got it right. And in that, I thought there was some individual defending that was absolutely phenomenal. I thought Shaw, anybody come out to his side was magnificent. The two centre halves for Liverpool, and they're only midfield players. I say only midfield players. Magnificent. Seriously, defensive midfield players were great. They were on the same reading of the same hymn sheet. Nobody went and done their own thing. I thought it was really intriguing to watch it, and I would say it was more to do with the thing I was telling you about, that this defensive shape that both sides have now come over. I think Manchester United is far more physical because they are a more physical group, and I think that's a change to Man United over the last few years, is the actual physical side of them. And I don't think Liverpool come out over that quite a lot, that physical shape. And I do think, and it's just that it's simple, and people go, well, give me more reasons for this. I just don't think that the front three at Liverpool are on fire the way he used to be on fire. And that can happen in all football clubs. I don't think we have to go look into it and look for some conspiracy theories and why they might be at their best at the moment. But I thought it was an intriguing game. I really did think it was an intriguing game. I thought it was fascinating. And good goalkeeping at times, which was you need. But I thought it was a fascinating game. But it's a strange league. I think there's only about 4 points between the top six or something like that. It's unheard of.
Well, that's the next question to you. The title race is on. Can you pick a winner?
Oh, no.
Can you pick a winner?
But I wouldn't. But I just go for. There's all sorts of things about each team at the top that I love. Look at Spurs yesterday. They've got the best centre target man in the world, Harry Kane. Just looking at him and Son. But are they beautiful to watch? They make it beautiful at times. The guys they've got up front. The rest are solid. I love watching Man City. Maybe it's because of De Bruyne. maybe I want to win the league because of De Bruyne. Then I love the Liverpool front three. You know, so there's so much there. They'll want goal, and then you'll say to yourself, wouldn't it be great if Ollie took a championship after the pressure he come under, you know, and suffering all that problems and dealing with. So there's so much going on in that league at the moment. It's just absolutely wonderful. Can I pick a winner? No, really. Leicester still playing the way they play. I'm going to go. I keep picking teams up here that I keep forgetting about. Sorry, I don't think Chelsea will win it. If that's any good to you. Who would I like to win? I don't know. I'd like Man United to have another shot. If not, I'd like Liverpool to win it, because I think when that front three are on fire, and with Andy playing on the left-hand side, I just think they're magnificent to watch.
Well, Gordon, thank you so much for joining us. Despite not giving me a proper answer in that one, I'm sure I'll come back to you as
what was
the
your
season draws
question
to a
again?
close.
What was your question?
I was just saying, can you pick a winner? And your answer was no.
I think I took maybe 3 minutes to say no. So I'm sorry about that, Jenny.
That was a very political answer. Thank you very much. Gordon, thank you for sparing some time for us on the Football Pass, and I hope you join us again soon for another episode.